All right, all right. We are live. We are live. Another day, another live. I had a few people reach out saying they can't find me on the Instagram, and it's because I've been having some issues going live there. So I'm going to keep trying. But we are here today, and today is another great day. Giving my club full workflow members a minute to pop on because I know they're coming. We are on our fourth day of 10 days of our target customer challenge. The target customer challenge is all about reaching your target customer, coming up with long-term strategies. And I'm saying strategy, whoops, strategy, not just tactics to help you reach your customer. Um, and today we're going to be talking about social media, specifically how do we think about social media strategy. We're going to go through the what, when, where, why, how of social media, and we are also going to have some tips in here. It's going to be great. If you are like, what is this target customer challenge? How do I get a piece of it? How do I find the other day? So, one, while the challenge is running live, everything will be posted on YouTube. You'll be able to access these videos for free. Later, you will be able to access them on curlyexecutive.com. And feel free to reach out to me. There are worksheets that go along with this. They will be sold later. Our plan is to have challenges run from $27 to $37. But if you do it while it's live, they're only $17. So hit me up in the comments, messages, DMs. We are live on Facebook, YouTube right now. I see some people on Facebook and YouTube. So please say hi. Drop me a comment. Let me know who you are as we join the live stream. I'm going to give Instagram one more shot right now. Um, because, uh, because we have a few people. I know we have friends there who like to join us, on that platform. I wish I could just push this directly to the Instagram. Directly to the Instagram, but life is not so easy. I also just wanted to say, whatever you are up to today, I hope that you have made it or are making it a great day. It has been a funny one for me today. Let's just call it a slowly but surely day. We've got everything done. It has not been on time. I typically do these lives in the morning, but I just had a harder time today, but I gave myself time. I rested. I did a couple of things for my friends. They asked me to chime in on some things. I did them. I feel amazing. And it gave me more time to think about what we're talking about today. This was a very important topic for me to add to the target customer challenge because so much of us are using social media for our marketing today. For many of us, this is our main source of marketing, right? Social media marketing. And what I'm finding and what I'm seeing, I'm even seeing it with my clients, is that many of us are out there. We're doing a lot of activity. We're putting those messages out, but we are not reaching our target. And so we're going to talk about that today. We are going to jump on and share some slides. We are now live on Insta. So if you know people and they're trying to join there, please let them know. I see we've got a couple people here on the live broadcast. So, like I said, if it's you, say hi. Let me know you are here. Let me know you are here. Hi, Rami Riere. I'm totally messing you. I'm totally butchering it. But we are here. We are live on YouTube and Facebook as well. There are slides on YouTube and Facebook. So feel free to come on over. It's Curly Executive on both channels. But know that I will do my best to talk through the slides, let you know what's on them. So we are again starting. This is Irene. Irene, thank you. She's like, call me Irene. Thank you, Irene. I try to read people's usernames. Irene, we're going to be talking. We usually go about 30 minutes. I'm going to be going through the who, what, where, when, why, and how of social media. And This is our 4th day of our Target Customer Challenge. So if you like this, feel free to hit me up. I've been doing this every day. You can see them in my IGTV on Facebook and on YouTube with the slides. And we are going to be going for another 6 days. And so with that, let's jump on in. Let's jump on in to the slides. The who, what, when, where, why, and how of social media. I like this framework, right? This is a basic strategy framework. So I use it on purpose just to say, if you're ever like, oh, I don't know how to do that. You learned it in elementary school. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Apply it to anything in marketing. It's going to get you far. And so we are going to take these one by one. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. We are going to start with the who. So this slide says who, your target customer. Who, your target customer. This is an important slide to put here. It seems pretty basic, but on social media, right? The question says, are you reaching your target? Are you actually reaching your target? So many of us are doing a lot of activity, but it's not getting to the intended people, right? It's not getting to the intended people. The question says, and then it says, tip, are you tracking? Are you tracking? How do you know if it's getting to the right people? You have to track. And you may say, well, Melissa, that's not so easy for me to track. Maybe you have an in-person business. One of my businesses, Upon the Beat, we do dance hall classes. I did all of my advertisement on social media. And what did I do? I stood at that door and said, hi, I'm just wondering, how did you find out about us? You can actually ask your customers, but it's really important that we find a way to track, so we know what channel is providing us the right return, right? So are you tracking? I want to know who's coming back, how many people are showing up, right? I can look at these lives. I'm like, okay, people are showing up on Instagram. Hi, Gusto Graphic Tees. So it makes more sense for me to spend more time on Instagram. It makes sense for me to take that extra 5 minutes and get on IG. People are showing up, right? So are you tracking? And for those of you who just showed up, we are going through the who, what, where, when, and why on via the slides, on Facebook and on YouTube. I'm into my words today. So we won't spend too much time on the who, because the entire Target Customer Challenge is dedicated to the who, but just say that you should really be working on your target customer. The one thing I will say, sometimes social media gets weird, right? Maybe we started using social media personally, and then it morphed into a business account. Consider separating them, or consider removing your personal. We need to make sure that the messages that we're putting out on social media are dedicated messages for our target customer. They're the things we want them to hear. We'll talk more about that when we talk about the what and the how. Okay, so what? Here we are. Hi, Asha. It's great to see you again today. I see you showing up day after day for the challenge. I'm happy you found us because we changed the time on you. Oh my gosh, my heart just skipped a beat. Hi, Madi. We are talking about basics. There are slides on Facebook and YouTube. Madi is one of my favorite people. If you really want to learn social media, if you want to dig into Instagram, he is the person to follow. So he is there in my Instagram. Ooh, you better cook up content on Friday. Look at that. Ooh, you're making my heart skip a beat. You don't know how much I love what you do. And so again, we are on Facebook and YouTube with the slides. And if you see the slides, it says what? What are you putting out there? What are you putting out there? And I like to say, you need to put out giving content that emphasizes your core message. Giving content that emphasizes your core message. So you need to know what you want to give to your consumer. And we need to actually make sure that when you're putting out these messages, you're not just pushing what you want to say, but you're giving them something that makes sense. And so you may say, am I saying the right things? Are you saying the right things? That is a question on the slide. Are you saying the right things? And the next question, the next slide says over and over again, are you saying the right things over and over and over and over again? I cannot emphasize this enough. People are not necessarily sitting there paying attention, waiting for you to pop off content. Hopefully they are. Hopefully they subscribe to notifications. But even if they have, they're not necessarily going to see it. Okay, just because of the way of social media works and the way people work. I can tell you, Madi, who is here, who I love, I have his notifications on. I don't see every post. He likes to drop these little posts that say, did you check out my last post? If you looked at my last post, you would see this. And I'm like, ooh, let me go find that last post, right? So if you are getting that message out, don't feel like you need to invent the wheel over and over again and come up with a new thing. Hey, Sham, we want to make sure that you are saying that message over and over again and again. We're on day 4 of our Target Customer Challenge. Today, we're talking social media strategy. I love you guys. Thank you for the love. And we are live on LinkedIn and YouTube with slides. And so my top five social media tips for we are on the what is 1, core stories. What are your core stories? We did a whole talk about core stories on day 1. We did a whole talk about core stories on day 1. So what are your core stories? What are the core messages that you want your customer to leave with? What should they know about you? They should be like, this is that type of person. Melissa is always going to be talking to me about target customer. So what are your 3 to 5 core messages? What is your 1 core message that they need to leave there knowing, right? We need to have those unlocked. The reason I call it core stories is if you are in that training and if you didn't see it, it is day 1. It is day 1. So go back to it. We want to make sure that we not only have core stories that reflect what we're trying to get out there, core messages, but also stories of ourselves, our personal stories of our customers that engage with them. Social media top 5. Number 2, love to overcome objections. Love is my framework, LOVE. We want to help people let go of fear. We want to show that we are 1 in a million. We want to get vulnerable and we want to show examples of success. It is important that when you are talking, when you're pushing out things on social media, we're not just sharing our core stories, right? Because the reality is your customer is going to make excuses. Hey, Sham, it's great to see you. They're going to make excuses. They're going to say, oh my God, yeah, you know what? He says to do that. He says to do it like 3 times a day, but I've been doing it. It doesn't work, right? But if you show me, right, you say, actually, you say that, but maybe you're not doing that thing 3 to 5 times a day. Actually, you say you don't have time, but you know what? I'm going to help you find that time, right? So what are we doing to help people overcome their own personal objections to the thing we are trying to give them or try to sell them, right? Right? I love this. Sham said he calls this strengthening your core in storytelling. But we want to make sure, right, that content is overcoming objections. Sham Jones and Madi, 2 people to follow. I love that they are on here today. I feel so blessed, right? So social media top 5. Number 1, the what? We want to tell our core stories. Number 2, we want to make sure we are overcoming those objections. Number 3, we want to talk about what we talked about in day 2 of this challenge. The unique value of your product. What is your unique value proposition, right? So that's number 3. What is your unique value proposition? What are we giving to that consumer? Remember, I started this with, we want to provide giving content, right? Number 4, drive trial. Trial is the number 1 seller in marketing. You want to drive trial. So whatever you are putting out there, drive some level of trial of it. And number 5 is you. You need to bring your personality, your stories. What is it about you? Your core reasons, like the why, right? So bring you. So that's my social media top 5. That is what we're going to talk about in the what today. Again, we are 13 minutes in. I'm going to make sure we have at least 30 minutes, but definitely hit me up if you want to go deeper, So next slide, Liddy. If you're like, Melissa, I don't know if I can remember that. Sham's like, there is that smile. That is a little bit of me. So thank you for that, right? Liddy, this is my framework for social media. L in Liddy is local. When I created Liddy, I was thinking about what is going to drive value, not just for you, but the platform. Okay. And we'll talk a little more about that. But Liddy, local, right? Local is about not just local like in your neighborhood, but local meaning relevant to the community that you're speaking to. Local things that are specifically focused on local is great too, right? Because who doesn't want customers in their area, but also who doesn't want to work with someone who is in their area, right? So we want to make sure that we think through the local aspect of it, or what's important to this community, what's important to these people who exist in my space. Where are they literally located on social media? Where are my people on social media? Are they on the ground? Are they on TikTok? Where are they? We want to make sure that has impact. So that comes back to that core stories, that it's targeted, right? That comes back to the value proposition, that it drives trial, and then it includes you. So if you're trying to say like, hey, that list of 5, I can't quite remember it. Liddy, local, impact, targeted, trial, and you. And again, slides on LinkedIn or on Facebook and YouTube. All right. The where. So we've talked about the what, and now we're talking about the where. Okay, the who is your target customer, the what we've talked about, the where we're talking about. If y'all are not seeing this, if you're on Instagram, y'all are getting an extra tutorial, some deeper dives by Sham. We are so blessed to have him here. I'm like looking for the heart to put a heart next to what he is posting. He's like local, meaning relevant to the niche art audience, speaking in their language in the right context. Yes. Okay, thank you. Asha, give me the hearts. Can you give Sham the hearts for me? Okay, the where. So for the where, I'm going to be quite simple. I'm not going to say much about this. Start with one. The slide says start with one. It says focus on optimizing one platform and understanding what works first. Focus on optimizing one platform and understanding what works first, right? When we're trying to do all the things in all the places, it can get really tricky. We can overextend ourselves. So make sure you get that message right. Focus on the platform that works for you. And then we start going crazy and optimize. Now, does that mean we don't take advantage of things that auto post in multiple places? No, we take advantage, right? My booty is on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube right now. I'd be on LinkedIn, but they haven't approved me, right? And I'm about to be on Twitch soon, right? So one instance in all the social media. But I may be here working on optimizing Instagram, working on optimizing my hashtags on Instagram and all the things. And then afterwards, I might move to YouTube, right? So figure out your deal. Focus on one, optimize, make sure you're good with those messages, make sure they're converting, make sure they're working in the way that you want them to, and then take your party elsewhere, okay? Then spread the love everywhere, right? So what platform do I choose? Here are my 3 metrics as you would. Where is my tribe? Where is my vibe? Where is my joy? Where is my tribe, right? Where are the people I'm looking for? Where's my target audience? You need to be a place where they are, right? Where is my vibe? What do I enjoy doing, right? If this is my vibe, sometimes you're just on a platform, you're like, that's just not me. It's not going to work for you, okay? And it might convert, but it doesn't work for you. So meaning you showing up consistently isn't going to happen. Where is my joy? People can see it, right? They can see the smile. They can see the things that you're into. They can see when you love something. People can see it, right? So where's my tribe? Where's my vibe? Where's my joy? Those are my personal questions for you, but you've got to kind of figure out what to choose. That is based on personal choices. But the net is you actually have to be in a place where you're going to be able to show up consistently. So even if you do have a place that is like the perfect place for your customers, but you're not great at it, it's not going to work out. And I promise you that there is something that meets at the intersection of both of those that you can slay it in. You don't need to be a million places. Sometimes people think that with social media, you have to have the 10,000, 100,000 followers, right? And I can tell you, you'd be surprised. Sometimes people are here with just a couple hundred followers, but they're making lots and lots of money. Sometimes you've got people with hundreds of thousands of followers and they're not making anything. It is not about the numbers. I like to say my goal is to always get to 1,000 true fans. 1,000 true fans, right? And I'm not going to jump on that tangent, but just know like 1,000 true fans. Let's do a little bit of a tangent, right? I make a $20 t-shirt. I sell them that $20 t-shirt. I do it 5 times a year, right? There's $100,000. Right? 1,000 true fans. So that's where I'm always working at, right? And that was a $20 t-shirt, right? Let's do something that's a little bit more expensive, right? And I don't have to sell all of them. So again, We don't need this giant audience that we think we do. We can make great livings. We can make bank with a small audience. And so I would say first, focus on getting to a place where you're going to be happy. You're going to be comfortable. You're going to be able to optimize. Where's my vibe? Where's my tribe? Where's my joy? Right? And then take that love all over the world. Okay? The when the slide says be consistent. The slide says be consistent. This is an interesting one. There are so many people out there who will tell you, oh my God, you got to do this. You got to show up. You got to do it every day. And I am doing that right now, right? Like people will say that. But the reality is we all have different ways of working. We all have different energy levels. We need to be honest with ourselves about the how of how we roll. And consistency is in the eye of the beholder. Consistency is in the eye of the beholder. Communication is key. That's what I'm going to tell you. Consistency is in the eye of the beholder. Communication is key. Sham is killing me because he really did just make a whole framework with vibe. And I'm loving it. I'm like screen grabbing it. I need to screenshot it. He's like value, impact, believability, and experience. I love you. I love you, right? I love you. Look at him. He just made a whole thing. Vibe, value, impact, believability, experience. I love that. So consistency is in the eye of the beholder. What do I mean about that? Communication is key. There are people that are here in this world that exists, and they're like, oh, I'm coming up. I'm going to come up. I'm going to be on YouTube. It's going to be like 10 episodes. We're doing 10 episodes. I'll come back next season, right? There are people who function in seasons and they have cycle fans. Oh my God, I can't wait till next season, right? There are people who post every single month and there are people salivating, waiting for that monthly post. There are people who are here every single day. Now, there are some realities with regards to how that is going to function with the algorithm of the specific platform you're on. But we're going to have to find one that aligns to you, right? That aligns to you. Hopefully Instagram, if y'all can give me a little bit message, it looks like it's lagging. Let me know if you're still hearing me. But my video certainly from me is lagging. So hopefully y'all are still hearing me. But consistency is in the eye of the beholder. Communication is key. You can set a schedule that works for you and will work with your consumer. Now, depending on the platform, that means that you may not be seen, right? You may need to run some ads so that maybe you're not consistent, but your message is consistently getting out. If you decide that you're going to be on Instagram, right? We may need to play and pull some levers to solve for us not being there all the time in person. We may need to have some replays running. We may need to have, this is where the evergreen strategy comes in. But you do need to be consistent. And that's going to be a mix of us communicating effectively and us maybe pulling on some evergreen opportunities to get us to that consistency. Okay. Why? So finally we're on the where. So we've done who, what, where, when, why. If you've been joining us, I love that framework. It's basic. We all learned it a long time ago. Whenever you're struggling with strategy, please think through the who, what, where, when, and why of what you're doing. Okay. And so the why. What is your intention? And why are you on this specific platform? So I'm throwing the why back at you. And I'm asking you, what is your intention? Think of it like, I'm thinking of the father looking at the date at prom at the door saying, what are your intention? Why are you here? What you trying to do? What are you trying to do? You need to come into things and know your intention, know why you're on a specific platform. When you're coming out, what are you doing, right? What's your intention? What am I doing right now? I'm actually making a lot of really cool content. I'm actually filming some presentations with slides that will end up on my websites later, right? There's some intentions behind this. There's some plans behind this. So that when you're coming out and spending your time, you know why you're there. I'm trying to help people too. Like I love target customer and I want people to get this right. I love marketing and I want people to have strategy, not just tactics. And I say it like that because there's a lot of people out there that are teaching amazing things, but people are learning tactics. They're not understanding like the strategy, the thinking. And so this is something I'm passionate about, right? But you need to know your intention on a social media platform. And simply put, I have a couple things like when I go in, like, why am I here? Sometimes it's because I like it. I'm on Instagram mostly because I like it. There are other channels that drive way more income for me, way quicker. But I actually enjoy Instagram. But also, my ideal target likes it. My ideal target is here. My ideal target likes it. And then it does drive some return. It drives a return. So typically for me, it's like, do I like it? Does my ideal target like it? Does it drive a return? Right? Can I do some things on there? Right? But you've got to make that decision for you. So there's the next slide says, return is in the eye of the beholder. Return is in the eye of the beholder. Return is in the eye of the beholder. Now, what does that mean? Right? Today, y'all, if I don't make a single sale, I'm so thrilled and happy that I had Sham on here, Madi on here. I got my little hearts going. I had a really fun interaction today. That is the return for me today. The return for me also is producing this content. I've got this presentation now. I'm going to use it. It'll be fun. We'll put it in places that are not Instagram, right? That are not the Facebook page. They'll be somewhere else. Maybe I'm going to sell some of it, right? The return is always in the eye of the beholder. While you're doing something, how you spend your time, the return is in the eye of the beholder. And the intention, right? That's why we got to know the intention. So we can figure out, does it make sense? But you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. The slide says, be honest with yourself. Look in the mirror, be honest with yourself. And this one I love. It says, air pie and full of loops does not work for everyone. Air pie and full of loops does not work for everyone. If you are hearing the slight Jamaican accent, it's because air pie and full of loops is what my Jamaican mom says. When I say, what am I having for dinner, mom? She says, air pie and full of loops. It means nothing. Air pie and full of loops. It doesn't work for everybody. At some point in time, if you keep showing up and you keep showing up and you keep showing up and there's no return, are you going to be okay with air pie and full of loops? Because if you're not, stop lying to yourself and saying, oh my God, I do this because I love it. It's great. I love the impact that I'm giving people. I love changing people's lives. That's cool. Are you going to like it in 5 years from now when you're still not making money? And if your answer is no to that, then we need to start getting a little bit more intentional, right? We need to start tracking. We need to start making sure we are doing all these things that we said, but really testing and learning to figure out what's right with us. Hi, Vanessa, right? We've got to, all of this, anybody who tells you like marketing is fixed and this is how it works, don't listen to them. It's all a test and learn. I like to say it's all this giant experiment. And you were just here optimizing, right? You were just here optimizing. And so let's get to the how. How? Optimize for the platform, quite simply. Optimize for the platform, right? Depending on what platform you're on, whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Pinterest, right? Whether you're on TikTok, there's so many right now. Clubhouse, you have to optimize for the platform, right? So I brought us back. If you're watching the slides right now, I'm back to one of the first slides you saw that says, are you reaching your target? And I'm going to give you another slide that says, are you reaching new people in your target audience? And this is one of the biggest mistakes I see. Oftentimes people are coming here, we're doing all this activity, but you're not reaching new people. You're not using hashtags. You're not sharing that content out in other places. You're just talking to the same people that you always talk to, right? You're not building your list, right? Maybe you just put one little hashtag on it. One little hashtag that's one that you made up that nobody's using. That's not going to work out, right? That's not going to work out. We have to do the research. We have to optimize that. Get yourself 25 hashtags in a text replacement, and every time you post, you're hashtagging like crazy, right? Dig into what hashtags work. Post it in a group of your target customers, right? Are you reaching new people in your target audience, or are you just creating a bunch of content for the same community that is still not buying from you? Sorry. Right? Air pie and full of lips doesn't work for everybody. So keep thinking through that, and let's make sure we're actually optimizing for the platform, which means that we probably need to educate ourselves on a specific platform, but also that we need to take those next steps and do the work, right? This slide says, max out your hashtags, optimize your titles, go to town on tags, add that location, adapt with the algorithm, and slay the search. Maxed out on hashtags, right? You need to use them. Optimize your titles. You would be surprised, right? We have one of the kings. I call him the king of social media strategy. Why? Because it says social media strategy in the title. If I just went live and said, this is my target customer challenge, you might not show up today, right? Optimize your titles. One of my best selling webinars. It's amazing. I get like hundreds of people. It's like, oh, 200 people popped up. It's because people like the title. It has nothing to do with anything else. I talk about the same thing all the time, but they love that title. Go to town on tags, right? In some of the platforms, you've got to tag things. You can post YouTube videos. Nobody will ever see them if your titles aren't optimized and your tags don't make sense. Add that location. I've had a couple people come through and they're like, oh my gosh, yes, I found you on Instagram. And I'm sitting here like, how does this person find me on Instagram? Multiple people on my high ticket community offering, right? So we're talking about people who are going to spend 7,000, 9,000 with me, right? And they're showing up from Instagram because apparently I was coming up as high specifically in the local area. They're like, yeah, I was looking for business coaches in this area. And you kept popping up because I keep adding that location, right? Adapt with the algorithm. My Instagram friends, Instagram has been playing with that quite a bit, right? I was like, God damn it, I just got used. I was just ready with the photos. I was just coming out with the photos and now it's video every day. Best believe I'm going live every day. Best believe I'm taking this. I'm going to cut it into 5 different ones and we're going to post them in some reels, right? I'm learning new things. Slay the search. Every single social media has some level of search, right? And you have to slay the search if you want new people to find you. You have to slay the search if you want new people to find you, okay? So max out your hashtags, optimize your titles, go to town on tags, add the location, adapt to the algorithm, slay the search. My friend Josh. I love Josh, y'all. Josh has the most beautiful voice. Josh is in my Clubhouse crew. Josh is amazing. Josh was the first person to tip me on Clubhouse. You know, people be working on air pie and full of lips, but not when Josh is around. I love Josh. Okay. And it's not for the tip. It's because he's really, really cool. And so perfect your process. Okay. We're getting to the end of our presentation. I need you to perfect your process. Why? And it takes time, right? It takes time. We need to be in these things for the long haul, right? So many people, and I think this is the biggest thing. So many people come through and they come to me for help and they're like, but I did all the things. And I'm like, yeah, but for how long? Like a month. If you really look at the people who are killing it, they've been doing this for the most part for years. Now, that doesn't mean you can't get in it in a month or a couple months and kill it. And certainly if you have the help, right? But you are still going to need to perfect your process over time. You are still going to have lots of people in your target audience who are just waiting to see if you're still going to be around before they're willing to support you. So perfect your process. Figure out how this works. Like, okay, I'm going to go live and then I'm going to have it on Instagram too. I'm going to cut those videos. I'm going to repost them. I got to get a team. I need some help here, there, etc. So perfect your process. And if you keep doing it and struggling, maybe you need help. Maybe you need a team. Maybe you don't feel good about that, but you do it anyway, right? So perfect your process. Again, if you're just joining now, we've been going for 33 minutes. We're at the end of our presentation, but we are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook, and on YouTube and Facebook, there are slides that go with this. And as soon as I end the broadcast, those get posted live on those channels. So please check me out at Curly Executive everywhere. So invest in tech and tools. Invest in tech and tools. I have a fabulous new iMac. It is making this process a lot easier. I've got a gimbal that's sitting here, right? They cost money. But you invest in tools. I have never regretted investing in tools. I remember, 7 years ago now. 7 years ago, I went to this conference. And someone told me, she's like, buy the fancy camera, da, da, da. And I remember being like, why? I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. And man, when I did that, did my life change? So sometimes we don't need a penny pinch in certain places. Sometimes we need to just spend the money. My money mindset coach would say, just make more money. I'm my money mindset coach. I coach myself and Cardi B and Jen Sincero in her books, right? But just make more money. Find a way to make that money. Find a way to make that money. I know that sounds very just like blah, but if you're here, you're on this, you're on a phone, you're watching this with me, there is a way. You have the tools. You have the tools, I promise you. So if you need to figure out how to make that $200 for that gimbal or the $1,000 for the phone, because they're getting ridiculous right now, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. If you need help with that, if you're like, yo, I just need to figure out how to make $200 for a phone, DM me. I'll help you. Whatever it is, right? But you need to invest in the tech. You need to invest in the tools. It will change your life. I changed out my computer, and what's so weird is sometimes we just forget. So I was like rocking with my laptop, and then like my keys broke, and then I got a keyboard. I'm very much like find a solution. And the thing was running really slow, and I don't think I realized. But once I updated my computer, oh my God, the activity levels have just been, because it's easy. Okay. And that brings me to what I think is not our last slide. Almost there. It's coming. This slide, though, it says, are you just on social, or are you being social? Are you just on social, or are you actually being social? Social media was not invented for businesses to promote themselves. I know that's where we are now. I know that's where we're getting to, but that was not the point of social media. That was not to put the point of social media. Vanessa, buy that laptop, baby. Buy that laptop, baby. This is your sign. Buy it, right? Right? And thank you, because you gave me an example of being social. Are you actually talking to people? When people come up on your lives, you give them some love. When people respond to your post, you actually like write them back. Do you go out of your way to write on and message other people? If you're trying to reach your target consumer, do you find hashtags that they follow and maybe go on, find 3 people, compliment them, talk to them? Are you meeting new people? Are you being social? So many people come on social media and they're like, I'm not getting responses. I'm like, are you even talking to people? So don't forget the social part of social media. And again, this comes back to like, find your vibe, find your tribe, find your joy. But the point was supposed to be enjoyable. This was supposed to be for fun. That's what these were started for, right? Vanessa says she's going to DM me because she needs to make the $200 for it. Okay. The $200 for your laptop. Come on, Vanessa. Vanessa, watch all the videos in the Target Customer Challenge. That will be a really great start. Watch all the videos. We've got 10. We're 4 in. Start with that. Start with that. Start with that, because you already have a product. So start there and let's start pushing your products. Okay. But yes, DM me. Let's talk. Let's talk. I'm going to tell you about Club Workflow. I'm going to tell you about Club Workflow. But no, let's also talk. So seriously, are you on social, or are you just being social? Okay. Hint, there is treasure hidden in the DMs. There is treasure hidden in the DMs. If I told you my DMs have made me multiple 5 figures, multiple 5 figures during this pandemic, would you believe me? I'm a flex for a little bit. They have. There is treasure hidden in the DMs. And don't be old school with me typing everything. Use that voice. Use those voice messages. There is treasure hidden in the DMs. This is your call to go find it. This is your call to go find it. Make that little extra effort. Okay. Hint, fall in love with live, or it should say acquainted with audio. Fall in love with live, or get acquainted with audio. That's just a hint. These live streams are where it's at. Audio is where it's at. There's a lot of shifts that are happening that we're watching, that we're seeing in social media. So get with some live, get with some audio. If you're like, oh my God, I hate my voice. Me too. Right? I don't anymore. I love it now. I kind of love my voice now. And frankly, it's thanks to some of the people in this room right now, because they gave me that confidence, right? I love y'all on on Facebook. I'm seeing some hearts. Say hi on Facebook. I can throw up your your Facebook when you're on Facebook with me or on YouTube with me, and that's kind of fun because then I can promote you too. So say hey in the comments, and I'll put that up there. We can say hi. But yes, right. So that is a practice thing. Most people don't like their voice when they first hear it. Most people don't even like what they look like. Now I love myself. I really do. But it's really taken me 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, and some compliments from strangers, now friends on Clubhouse. It took me a while to get used to it. And now I'm like, oh, I said that. That was smart. That was a good one. I'll give myself that credit. I like it. I love live streaming now. Live streaming especially, I love it because I can talk to people. I don't like just talking to the wall. If not, I would have just recorded this as a webinar. Hey, Chanel. Sorry. She's here on the Facebook. Chanel, follow her. I'm going to show her comment. I love it. I love that I can show comments. All right, y'all. I'm dragging. We are right at the end. It says hint, fall in love with live or get acquainted with audio. The next thing we've been talking about it says practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. This is all practice. And finally, we will end with what I like to say to my friends and in Clubhouse, which is just, it's not hard. It's just new. A lot of this stuff, y'all, it's not hard. It's just new. It's not hard. It's just frustrating. It's not hard. It's just confusing. It's not hard. It's just buggy. It's not hard. It's just like, ooh. It's like when you start running again. I always try to remember running when I think of these things because I love running. So if you don't run, this might not be the thing for you. But I love running. I used to run marathons. I'm about to do another triathlon. I'm wearing my penguin. My name is Melissa Peng. So we are the Penguins. And I got us matching penguin shirts. And I'm like, Usain Bolt coming back. But sorry, I digress, right? So do triathlons, do marathons. But if you ask me to run right now, what's going to happen? It's going to hurt. I am going to be in so much pain. And for like a month, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months, it's going to suck. Usually it's like, if I do it every day, it's literally like 3 weeks. It's usually 3 weeks, right? So try it, give it 3 weeks, do it every day. You'd be surprised. But then once you get through that hump, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Like it's the best thing ever. And so for me, I try to think of running when I think of new tech. New tech stress is real. When I think of getting on social media, because social media can be scary. Sometimes I come on and I'm all alone. It still happens today. I went on Clubhouse the other day. I have like 4.7 thousand followers. I was all alone. Like nobody. And it happens. Like it just happens. So don't let that stop you. Hopefully going through the what, where, how, when, why, I think I got them all, was helpful. If you are watching this and you're like, this is what I need in my life, we are on day 4 of 10 of my Target Customer Challenge. The Target Customer Challenge will go live soon. I won't say when, but very soon on my website. It is not there yet. If you're watching the recording, it will probably eventually be there. But as of June 18th, it is not there. If you want to sign up for the worksheets, DM me. They're only $17. They will go live on the website when the challenge is over and the price will increase. But if you want to be part of this right now, hit me up. If you don't want to invest the monies right now, just keep joining us live. Keep watching the replays. They will stay here the whole 10 days, completely free of charge. So get your knowledge. And if it was helpful, drop a comment, say hi to me. For all of y'all who joined me live today, thank you so much. I woke up today and I was not feeling well at all. And I went back to bed. And y'all, I missed my alarm. I was late. My my customers, my clients, I like to call them my millionaire, my future millionaire friends, right? They gave me grace. I was like 15 minutes late and they gave me grace. So it's been a wonky day. But then a couple of things happened. I helped a friend. I worked on this slide deck and I felt so inspired. And so I hope this presentation was helpful for you. I hope it gave you something. And I am so thrilled and thankful that you joined me today. I got a whoop whoop on Facebook. So thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for constantly bringing your energy, right? This energy doesn't actually come from me. It comes from you. It comes from you. And today was an amazing day. Like, I don't know if you came late, go to the beginning. My heart almost stopped when one of my favorite social media strategists on IG joined. I was like, I love your content. It was amazing. I had a total fangirl moment, y'all. And one of my good friends from Clubhouse, Sham, was here and he was killing it. He's always spitting marketing, branding game is what I would call it, branding game. And so I just feel blessed. So again, Coach Rachel, I'm sorry we're missing you. Thank you so much. Oh, I almost forgot. Any questions? Any questions before we end this today? We've been going for 46 minutes. We will post the replay if you did join late. But any questions before we head out? And I'll extend that everybody. So whether you're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, questions, and I love getting questions, but it's okay if y'all don't have any today. Oh, I'm getting a bunch of love. I'm getting a bunch of hearts. Well, hopefully this was clear. I don't see any questions popping up. There's usually a little delay, but I don't see any questions popping up. But if you do have a question, hit me up in the DM. I will do my best to give you some treasure, as we said earlier. And have a blessed day. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed day. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.